Hey everyone, happy to be back with you here on Obscure Victories Gaming on our slow burn Dynasty with the New Mexico Lobos. We are in week 2 of season 3, taking on our rival Arizona. Before we jump into recruiting, I just want to check out ESPN and the landscape of college football after 1 week. So we'll start with the top 25. Alabama's at 1. You can see they take on Georgia Tech this week. That was going to be the game of the week. So you'll see some of the highlights coming through on our gameplay. USC stays. Looks like everything stays the same here for the top 10. Only Oregon didn't play. 11 through 20. Not much change. We got bumped up 1. Who fell down? Washington lost to Miami. So that's the biggest shakeup so far. And then Missouri ended up losing to NC State, who jumped into the top 25-21. So not much change, and we got 2 new teams in the top 25, still from Power 5 conferences though. So we remain the only non-Power 5 team up here. I guess Army, I don't know if you can call it. Is the American Conference Power 5? I'm not sure. Heisman Watch stays steady. Oregon didn't play. Michigan State ended up winning. Clemson got the win. Oh, I guess Aaron Smith jumps in. So he's the 5th guy now, but everybody else stays the same. Championship contenders, there we are, still A-. Slowly moving up here after beating Nevada last week. Still in 2023, they got us at 59. So we still got a lot of work to do. Toughest places to play, we come in at 40. I think we were there last week. I don't know why that would change. I think we were on the road. Still have a 6-game win streak there. Let's scroll up to the top 10. Looks like it's all going to be the same. Again, I think we go to Tennessee and then we go to Penn State. I'm not sure where Penn State's on here. Other than that, I don't know of anyone. Did I miss Penn State? Oh yeah, Penn State's 8, right after Tennessee. How did I miss them? So we go to 2 tough stadiums. All right, let's jump into recruiting. So we got 850 remaining. Let's go use those points. Just gonna see where everybody stands here. Again, Mike Woods would be great to get. You know, as I go through the recruiting, I try to pick one guy that we're going to battle for, maybe 1 or 2, because I think I only got 3 unlocked right now. If I had 5, I'd go after 2. Sometimes it takes 3 unlocks to get a really good player, but so Mike Woods might be that guy that we just battle for and try to continue to unlock and get back in if we can get a visit scheduled fast enough. Reggie Johnson going down 35, that's not bad. Mike Johnson down 60. But Utah gained 170, so we're actually going on 230 to Utah. Kyle Walker, he's a D tackle out of New Mexico. We're going to be going down 70 from Baylor. So we may keep him in. Again, he's an in-state kid. We'll kind of see how it shakes out here after the first few weeks. Marcus Hart, Colorado State, is gaining some good ground there at 140, but we're in the lead so far. Clayton Kroll, he's an offensive lineman. Good to see that we jumped up 230. So I think that means we're going to be going up 380 over Oregon. So I like to see that. Tommy McKinney down 350 to Arizona. We might pull 500 off Tommy here. Actually, we'll pull him off now and we'll kind of see what everything else looks like. Ernie Hicks down 265. That might be too much. We'll pull him off him. Tom Stevens is going to get a scholarship. We're making good progress on him. Nice to get both these quarterbacks. Gerald Johnson will get a scholarship. Making good progress on him. Corey Stevens, a tight end. Making really good ground on him. Actually going to bump him to 500. Thad McCullough. Okay, so what do we got? 1,600 points. Thad McCullough will get 250 on. He's got a scholarship. We'll make ground on him. Bruce Hodges, is he a freshman? Yes. Bruce Hodges. We're going to go 350 since we're already gaining ground. 350 seems like a good number. Jacob Morrow. Let's see, halfback wise. Oh yeah, McKinney we're losing. Morrow looks good. B speed, B acceleration. Okay, we'll pump 350 into him. Mark Smith. We're moving up, but Stanford's also moving up. 120. Let's see if we can just put 150 on him and keep getting into the lead there. Alex Webb, another tight end. Looks like 205 would get us to gain ground on Georgia. Not sure I want to do that. Frank Kendrick, 69 overall. He went up 100. He's a freshman. So one thing I think about is, so we've got 2 freshmen, I think, that came in at what, 62 and maybe 63 overall. If I bring in another guard that's about at that level or a little bit better, they're probably going to transfer out. That's kind of how I think about it. So if I'm going to bring in somebody who's just the same as them and it forces them out, I lose that year of training, right? So I bring in a new guy who's the same, but he's got a red shirt and train again, rather than keeping the guy we had who's going to train and get better, if that makes sense. So if I bring in somebody, I want them to be much better, and that's Frank Kendrick, right? Assuming he's not a bust. But even if those 2 new offensive linemen we brought in, they're red-shirted, they train, let's say they go up 4 or 5, they're probably at 67, 66. So Frank comes in at 69, forces them out. We don't lose that year of training. So I hope you followed that. Makes sense in my head. As far as bringing guys in, they got to be much better, I think, than the guys that we have, plus their training. Otherwise, we risk losing them to transfers, and then we start over again with somebody we got a red shirt and train. So Philip Bell would be a perfect example, right? If we bring Philip Bell in at 63 and the other 2 guards, or one of them, transfer out, instead of stay with us and train, we missed that year of training. And so instead of having a redshirt freshman at 67, 66, we have a true freshman at 63, and he's probably got a red shirt. So we're not going to go after Philip Bell right now, but Frank Kendrick looks really good. I'm actually going to move him up the board. I'm going to move Tommy McKinney down, and Ernie Hicks is going down. All right, Ulysses Dowdle going down 165, Florida 195. Don't have any points left, so he'll stay the same. Making progress on Rodriguez, it looks good. Josh Grant, we look okay. Bowden will probably get removed. Matt Rogers will get removed. Jeremy Davis would get removed. Harvey Allen we may keep. Josh McKenzie, Latimer, Minor can stay on. Gillette making good ground. Alan Barber looks good. Christian Band making progress. Ryan Henderson looks like we might lose out to Arizona. Jeff White, good progress. Brian Foster, though. And then Dallas Long. So not looking bad on a lot of these guys. And it looks like our top guys are making some good progress. We're not losing by a lot. Again, looks like we might battle for Mike Woods and Reggie Johnson and use some unlocks on them. And everybody else we'll have to see. Maybe Mike Johnson. But we'll see how it shakes out as the weeks go on. But that is it for recruiting this week. Everything looks good. I feel good about it. I like the addition of Frank Kendrick. I'm hoping that he pans out at 69 or better. 2 quarterbacks are good. It'd be great to get Corey Stevens in. Thad McCullough, I think, is an O-line guy too, but he's a JUCO. Yeah. So if we get Thad McCullough in and Frank Kendrick, and we lose one of those guards, it's not a big deal because they overtake them anyway. All right, let's move on. All right, Arizona is coached by Phil Longo. They got the air raid offense. So we're going to look for a lot of 4 receiver sets, a lot of passing. They pass a little bit more than they run. They're going to be fairly conservative, again, which screens and draws on long distance downs. I say it all the time, but it's probably more for me to remember than you guys. And they're not going to go no huddle. Defensively, again, they got that 3-4. We saw some of their fronts, how that changes our blocking assignment. So I think we're ready to run a little bit more effectively against them. They're going to defend the pass slightly more than the run. They're going to be aggressive. And I said it, in our last game against Nevada. I think the first thing that shifts with their aggressiveness is as zone coverage comes up. If it slides more to like 25, then I think big hits go to aggressive. And I think if it slides even more, my guess is that maybe QB contain is different. That's my guess. We'll have to kind of see how it shakes out and pay attention during the game. But their defense is going to be more aggressive than conservative. Skill-wise, Longo's at a level 27. Not much for game management. He dumps it all into recruiting. which is what I would love to do. But for the sake of this Dynasty, to balance it out, we switch and alternate between game management and recruiting. So they're probably pulling in a lot of good recruits. We see, they're pulling ahead of that McKenzie kid that we wanted because they put so much into recruiting. Defensively, they're coached by Eric Lewis. They got enough bonuses here, on the D-line and with their coverage, zone and man. So something we got to be aware of. Offensively, we got Jeff Grimes, level 23. A lot of good bonuses for their guys here, even up into agility, strength, and then some of their awareness. So it's going to be an equally matched game, and they get much more bonuses than us. So we've got to come ready to play. All right, player-wise, let's start on the offensive side of the ball. We got Boyd Griffith, redshirt senior quarterback, 90 overall. Decent enough speed and acceleration to run a little bit. Got good awareness, throw power, throw accuracy is really good. Really fits their air raid system, and he's going to put a lot of pressure on us. Next, we got running back Daniel Rice, redshirt senior, 88 overall, good speed, acceleration, agility. He can break tackles. Carrying is okay. He can truck. He's elusive. Ball carrier vision's good. He's got some strength. He's got the stiff arm, the spin, the juke. So a really good weapon out of the backfield for them. Paired with Rice in the backfield is redshirt senior Will Sims, 87 overall. 85 speed, acceleration's good. Break tackle, carrying is way up there. Trucking is good enough. He's very elusive. His vision is really good. He's got a stiff arm, great spin, great juke. He's going to be really elusive for us. So we got to be ready to stop both their backs. And then last, offensively, they got right tackle Tyrone Whitaker, 6'7", 320-pound redshirt senior, 86 overall. Good speed, acceleration for linemen. Awareness is way up there. Great pass blocking. Run blocking is good. Impact blocking is good. He's very strong. Somebody they probably look to run behind and kind of anchors their O-line. Defensively, they got free safety James Hodges, 88 overall. Good speed, great acceleration. Awareness is up there. Can tackle well. Coverages are good. Play rec is a little bit low for a safety. He's got some hit power though. He can catch. He's got great pursuit. He can press if needed. He can shed some blocks. So it looks like a real playmaker for them out of that defensive backfield. On the D-line, they got J.R. Rogers, 85 overall. Good enough speed for a D-end, great acceleration. He's strong, he can tackle, power moves, finesse moves, block shedding, all good. Good pursuit, and he got some hit power too. So good left end for them. Next on defense, they got D-tackle Carlton Gutierrez, 82 overall. Speed, acceleration, that's what you expect out of a D-tackle. Awareness is good enough. Strength might be a little bit low for a D-tackle, so I'm hoping we can win a lot of double teams with him. He's not going to split those, although his block shedding is 88, so something we got to be aware of. Tackle's a little bit low, but everything else looks pretty solid for him. And then last on defense, they got middle linebacker Patrick Spencer. Really good speed for a middle linebacker and acceleration. He's going to be able to get the ball fast. His awareness is good enough. Tackling might be a little bit low for a middle linebacker, but it's certainly good enough. Play rec might be low. Block shedding's pretty good. Pursuit, I think, is a little bit low. Zone coverage, not as good, but man coverage is really good. And then some hit power. So not the strongest middle linebacker we've seen, but he's certainly good enough and fast enough to get the ball and cause some problems. All right, depth chart wise, let's see if we can find any weaknesses. Here's Boyd Griffith. Backup is going to be Antoine Britt, another senior, and then freshman Darren Smith. So they got a good freshman coming in that we're going to face for quite a few years. So they're set at quarterback. Running back, they got Rice, they got Sims, Evans is up there, and then tight end David Cooper is their fourth. Fullback looks solid as a sophomore, 83 overall. Oh, they got a good one. Wide receivers go 83, 85 for some reason. I don't see that very often. But great speed for both of these guys, both Fisher and Carter. Kind of drops off here to Bullock and Rogers, and Cooper is their fifth. Tight end wise, there's Cooper and Robinson, two solid tight ends up top. Vernon Johnson probably doesn't get a lot of playing time. Left tackle at 86, Bobby Melton. Left guard at 85, center at 82, right guard 79, right tackle 86. So right guard is going to be the weakest, center's at 82. I'm hoping Swain can kind of take advantage of this, or I think even Houston is maybe evenly matched. I think he's around 79, so a good matchup for Houston, but if we can get Swain to win against 85, 82, or 79. That would be great for us if we could cause some havoc up the middle. Left end, there's J.R. Rodgers. Right end goes 81. There's D tackle. We saw 82. And they get a D. Why do they go left end? Oh, Donnie Irby go there. Huh. Okay, well, they got a great freshman here. They could fill in, but they go Jackson instead. So, but they are only at 3-4, so only one's going to play at a time. So I'm sure Gutierrez can hold it down. They're going to rock with 4 linebackers here, so it would be Atkinson. Again, good speed, good acceleration, 80 overall. Spencer, we saw, drops. Meade is going to be their second middle linebacker. Not as fast. Acceleration's decent, 73 overall only. So maybe we can run up the middle, which I think we do pretty effective anyway. And then right outside linebacker is going to be Rodgers. Again, good enough speed, great acceleration, and good strength. So 3 out of the 4 linebackers are solid. Maybe 1 is a weak point. Cornerbacks, go 79 and 78, and they're all young. Freshmen, a sophomore and redshirt freshman. But they look solid. They're going to be good for a while. And they drop to free safety here at 69. We got Hodges, we saw. Bradley backing him up. And strong safety goes 71 only. He's a freshman. So they got a pretty good recruiting class. They got 3 guys that start. But strong safety definitely the weakest on their team. Got to find a way to attack him with the run game and the pass game. Kicker goes 82. Punter 69, a freshman. Kick returner is going to be Evans. Same with punt returner. And then their long snapper is Tyrone Whitaker. All right, with scouting done, let's move on to the event wheel and see what's happening with our team this week. All right, so first spin, we get computer running back ability to 75%. So the running backs who are already pretty good are going to get a bump and be that much harder to stop. So 75% to the running backs. Let's see what we've got on the second spin. All right, so we've got first quarter sliders to 5%. So for the first quarter, and hopefully I remember to change them, but for the first quarter, all of our sliders will be down to 5%. Plus the running backs going to be at 75%. So we've got our work cut out for us. We've got to overcome a lot to not have a slow start. All right, now that the event wheel is done, I think game plan wise, strategy wise, with the sliders being adjusted, we're gonna have to keep the ball on the ground a lot, I think. Again, Cruz is in his second start, at least he's playing at home. He looked solid in the first week, had a few missed throws, but that 5% accuracy slider is gonna make it tough along with everything else. So we're gonna have a lot of pressure on us, and hopefully we can handle those sliders into the second quarter and then really turn it on from there. With the sliders, back to normal, I think we can establish the run game. Pass game will come after that. And they got that weak, strong safety and middle linebacker. So we may look to run up the middle, see if we can't get the strong safety to make some decisions in the passing game and in the running game. But for the most part, we're going to keep doing what we do. We're going to run our offense, be as effective as we can, try to pick the right moments to take big shots. And hopefully our guys can break off some big plays and come home with a rivalry win. So that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you very much for tuning in. I think I hit 50 subscribers, which maybe isn't the biggest deal for a lot of people, but for me, doing this just part-time, and when I have time during the week, putting this together has been a lot of fun for me. So to get 50 subscribers, thank you very much. We'll continue to grow from here. I plan on continuing to make this, as long as it fits into my schedule. I feel like I'm just going to keep enjoying it. It's going to keep it getting better. So thanks again for watching. Until the next one, keep gaming, keep growing, and keep celebrating those obscure victories. Game on.